Do you hear me? Oh, that goes.
Barely.
No, it's not going. It's not it. You hear now, Todd?
Yes, I can hear you.
Fine.
No, not yet. Okay,
Time. Okay, have 2:30. Yeah, motion to approve the agenda.
I still move.
Second.
Second, okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. Say pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
For which it stands,
One nation,
one nation,
under God,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
justice for all.
Okay. All right, public comment, there's public comment. Okay, if not, we're right down to number 5. This is this, resolution. On the paper here, what would that be, 22? I
What
think,
it says is 22.
okay. Extending moratorium CWEX construction permit for additional 60 days. All right, we got that here. Entertain a
Why do
motion.
we need to do it 60 days?
Just threw that on there. If it only takes 5 days, we can turn it off once everything's published, just to make sure. So,
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that that we're having to do this again. To extend this moratorium when it should have been published. And we feel like we did everything right, correct?
It was
Yeah.
published on the 20th of December,
After-
prior to the 3 readings.
No, but then we voted, we had our 3 readings, and then it was supposed to get published. And the auditor said they couldn't get it in that following week, but they could get it in the week after that. And then it should have been published. And I'm misunderstanding if it was supposed to be published twice in the paper and it only got once, or it didn't get published at all after we had our 3 readings.
it was not published after it was passed.
It was published prior to December.
Yeah.
And our office was not aware, there was no communication with our office that it needed to be published again until I believe Carl reached out to me. I have to look back at my email.
So it's gonna be published Wednesday?
It goes in Wednesday.
Okay, so it'll be in
We
the
were
paper,
not notified from any board member.
but it'll be on in the paper this next
But why
Wednesday.
does,
And
Why
any
does that-
ordinance,
well, can I ask a question? Why is that when the auditor is taking notes and we pass an ordinance and the rules state that the ordinance has to be published, and when we asked about it, then the auditor's office said that they couldn't get it in the paper that week, but they would get it in the following week, and then it never got in? Is that my clear understanding?
No,
Because that's the
we
way it,
published it in December and that was what
right?
we
But
were
we also,
told needed to happen.
but we also
We
talked
were not
about it
aware
when
it
we
needed
had
to be
our
published
3,
again.
yeah, but we had our 3 readings, and after our
And-
3rd reading, we talked
Right.
about getting it published, and you stated, well, I can't get it in there by this following time frame because it was on a Thursday and it wouldn't make it to the paper on Wednesday. And so you said, I'll get it in the following week. And then
Right.
that never happened.
I assumed it happened.
We
It
were never,
was talked about in the meeting, you weren't here. I mean.
we were
talked
never
about it.
given the finalized ordinance from any board member.
We read it 3 times, the county attorney had it, I mean, we had it here, we had it printed, I think, here.
I guess I'm just trying to figure
I
out where
think
the
at some point
disconnect.
you all need to take some accountability for the
Accountability,
things you do in the boardroom too.
Melissa,
this happened in the boardroom.
I'm just trying to figure out where the disconnect was so that it doesn't happen next time.
Well, I
Right.
think there was a lack of communication, obviously, between the Board of Supervisors and the auditor's office and the county attorney's office, because Carl was the only one that reached out to me regarding this issue.
Carl, a few weeks ago, I reached out to him and said, hey, we need to turn off this moratorium, has everything been accomplished? That's whenever he realized that it had never been printed by the auditor's office. We did talk about it in the meeting. And we did, you weren't here, but it was talked about, we'll publish it again. And I assumed it happened, I just assumed it did, I didn't check the newspaper. So anyway, it did not happen,
So we're doing it now, so can we just move
we need to
on?
do it, but I do agree, in any ordinances I've been a part of, I've not had to make it go in the newspaper, it's once we pass it, that's known to put it in the newspaper, so.
But on this ordinance, it was not. This ordinance we published prior to this, because that was what the county attorney stated needed to happen.
On both
Then there
sides.
was no communication to our office that it needed to be published
That's
again
not
until
true.
much later.
In the meeting, our Board of Supervisors meeting, not in your office downstairs having a private talk, in the public meeting we have, we said you were not here. It needs to be done, what Todd's talking about, and we assumed it would be fine. So it did not happen. So anyway, we're
And was
sitting
that
here
ever
now.
communicated then with our office?
The representative from your office was sitting here in our meeting, taking the minutes. That's when we communicate about Board of Supervisor business, in our Board of Supervisor meeting. That's the best place to do
Well,
it in
it's-
public. So, as the chairman, I'm ready to do this. So I entertain a motion to, pass this resolution 22,
I
to
second.
accept this resolution. Well, I need a motion. Do you want to make a
Oh,
motion?
you need a
Judy?
motion. Okay, I'll make a motion that we, extend this moratorium. on
To
the
get it
Wednesday-
published, then once we're done, we can turn it
Oh,
on.
to get it published, yeah. For 60 days.
The second publishing is not taking place. So
So are you making a motion for the ordinance? to be-
resolution number 22 is what we're doing right now. That's what we're doing. We're doing this so that it has time to be published. I'm just speaking out
What-
loud.
So specifically, what do you want published? Because you're talking about a moratorium and then you're talking about an ordinance. They're two separate things.
We're doing this resolution is so we have time to publish the ordinance. So we have a motion, Todd made a motion to pass resolution number 22, which is a moratorium. So that we have time for this ordinance to be published, as our previous one is expiring tomorrow. So we have that motion,
I'll second it.
got a second? So we're doing a moratorium for another 60 days, so there's time for the second edition or the second ordinance to be published. So any other discussion? We'll vote.
So that's for 60 days, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Clark,
Yes,
Holmes,
Yes,
Mayor,
Yes.
okay. Unanimous. I wrote it on here. I've got the one Carl sent me. I wrote 60 days on there.
Now, that will also be stated that then, once this is published and is on the books, the resolution that we passed, the ordinance, I guess I should say, not a resolution, the ordinance, once that has been published and meets the criteria to be on the books, then we will cancel the moratorium.
Exactly. We can turn off this resolution then. That's what we'll do. So once it's published and done and everything's met all requirements, then we will. Okay. Anything else on that? Any other
No,
communication?
So, well, now with the communication piece then, does the auditor's office now understand to get it published? can we communicate to the auditor's office so that the ordinance gets published? And does it only have to be published once, or does it have to be published twice?
Once,
after passing, to my knowledge, that's
after
what the law
passing.
said.
Okay,
So that's what we're gonna do, and that, to my understanding, it's gonna be published tomorrow. That's what I understand off the email I
Wednesday.
read, or Wednesday. So when that's
Okay.
done and it's in the newspaper, then we can, it's all done, we can turn off this moratorium.
Okay.
Okay? Do we have any claims?
nope,
No minutes?
I move we adjourn.
All right, we've got a motion by Judy to adjourn, no second?
Second,
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
aye,
we're adjourned.
thank you.
I don't know if this needs to be retyped or not, this is the one he sent me.
Why?
I said, I don't know.